Bluffton Borough Planning Board meeting, January 18th, 2018, now in session. First on the list is approval of minutes from December 21st. Anyone see any changes? Anybody? There's only a couple of us here that were here.
Right, yeah.
I didn't see anything.
I think it's just the two of us.
Okay. So it's a motion for you.
Oh. I move that we accept the minutes as written.
Okay, a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Abstain, I wasn't here.
Yeah. One abstain? And next on is the master plan LRPC. And Leanne, you said,
So I put it on the agenda. I'm going to invite Susan Slack, who is taking over for Mike at LRPC. I'm hoping to get her here for the next meeting. If not, we'll go to the end of February, but that's my hope, so that she can meet everybody and everybody can,
So you're talking February 1st?
is that the next meeting?
I think it's the second, I thought it was the second, but it could be
I don't
the
even know
first.
where I am.
Yeah, it's the
February.
first.
It's the first,
Yeah,
yes.
it's the first.
First and 15.
Yeah. So that's all I have to report on that.
all right, so next up is Emery Farm Estates subdivision conditional approval extension request, which is, I guess, it's in two parts for phase 2, and there's also a second one for phase 3. I guess my question, Jack, is, has the road standards changed since January 16th?
No.
Of 14?
Of 2014. The original approval was.
I don't know if it's if that was down the 18 or the 22, I'm not sure.
I remember it, that was on the 22.
I think it is a 22 because they had to change some drainage and they did it all. Because they had phase 1 and then they went to do phase 2 and they changed it to, because it changed the drainage. So.
Let me see.
So I guess, I don't know, Mike, this would be the third extension.
So this is 18, so next year, I believe their subdivision, state subdivision plan will expire, correct? 5 years?
5 years.
Right, next year.
So,
So is there any downside to extending this
No.
another year?
I mean, should we make it on condition that if the road standards have changed since the original, they need to meet
Well, they have-
current rule standards?
Yeah, you just have to go back in and look to see what they are, but I believe it's 22 feet.
Prior to their original or after? We have to look.
Just go look at the plans and see what it is, but I believe we do it to 22 and 14.
Okay.
I'm about 99% sure.
Sure.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
So is there any more discussion on it, or?
So when do they want to extend it to? Another year?
1
February
year.
20th,
mhm.
19?
Yeah, so it looks like they're planning on starting this spring.
That's what they've said the last 2 years, so I'm not
Yes,
really.
right.
They didn't say which spring, that's what it was.
I mean, it doesn't do anything to stop now, to
Right.
revoke it, it doesn't help the town at all, so.
All right, so I guess we're looking for a motion for, I guess, what to do with each one of them. So what to do, a motion to extend phase 2.
So move.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any exceptions? Okay, and a motion for the extension of phase 3.
So move.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Yeah.
Anyone abstaining? All right.
Now, that subdivision is up for sale, if I'm not mistaken. And if they should
They're
sell
all
it-
up for sale. If they should sell it,
Oh, yeah, I know that.
if they should sell it, I mean, as long as they use the same engineering and all that, it really,
Just, it goes with it.
it'll
goes
go with it, the
land.
extension will go.
Okay.
Unless lot values increase dramatically. Let's see, No, I don't think so either.
Yeah, right.
Unless they're just really bored.
I mean, wasn't the engineering estimate like
A million, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so next.
Maybe a park someday.
Planning board rules and procedures, mission statement and policy statement. So Leanne put some together, in which you did some research on some local towns.
Yes,
and
so
created-
I pulled some rules and procedures from local towns, and I also pulled the formatting from the Conservation Commission's rules and procedures that were developed in 2016, just hoping for some consistency amongst boards within the same town as far as formatting. And I also pulled a lot from the template from OEP, Office of Energy and Planning. They have a template for rules and procedures. So I kind of did a mishmash, pulled everything together and tried to, I tried to put in what would be applicable to this board, this town. So I definitely need your eyes on it for proofing as well as flow, and make sure that I included everything.
This is not something that you need tonight. We could actually.
This isn't going in the warrant, right? It's-
No, this is not going on the warrant. This is, we discovered that this board had a mission statement, and then they were called rules of procedure, but they were like 5 bullets. Back when Rick Friend, so that's dating a long time ago. So we thought we should probably have more formal rules of procedures and to follow the statute. And so when you look ahead, this just requires an adoption by the board, which is a vote. It doesn't go to town warrant. And we will have to read, it's called a read at a public meeting, a posted public meeting. So we'll do 2 of those, and then the board can adopt them. But that's the procedure that we have to go by. So if everybody could take them home,
Right.
I could put them on the next agenda
Yeah.
as one of the formal public readings. And then that'll come as one, and then we'll do it a second time, and then we can adopt it at the second meeting.
What is that, the first again?
February
First,
1st is the
First
next
and the
meeting.
15th.
I'm going after as the 15th.
And there will be a meeting on the 15th because we have an application.
Great.
You'll have another one too. You'll have a site plan, I think.
And we have a preliminary discussion as well
Okay.
for a subdivision.
Next up, proposed 2018 zoning amendments.
I have a question. The one with the tenting, recreational meeting, why did we choose October 15th as a cutoff?
Where are you?
Okay, so.
Unit, one
Zoning
unit.
amendments.
Zoning amendments.
Yeah, right here. Okay, so let me speak to this. Let me just do an introduction, and then Jack will probably pick this up. So Jack is the one that proposed these amendments, and I worked with him with the language as to where it should go in both of these, both number 1 and number 2. And this was what was proposed. It hasn't been reviewed by this board yet, so this is new. So Jack, you can explain why you.
I just went around different towns and got what they used in other towns. And that's the dates they used in other towns.
So it was, this is a season, so it's not
Correct.
freezing. and it'll be-
Was this due to a complaint or?
Yes and no.
So,
And that's the first one. The second one down here is the state changed some rules on septic. That if the septic's in failure, they don't have to go to the town. Because this town is on a list at the state for a pre-approval town. But they said if you have a failed septic, you don't have to go to the town. But in our zoning, it states that you have to go to the town, which has been there for a long time, so they have to. So what we're trying to do is just eliminate the failed ones that are by the wetlands, so they don't have to go get a variance and all that for a failed system as long as it's installed back in the same location. If it's a total new system.
It's making current with the
if
state
it's
law.
if it's a new system and it has to go in the wetlands and need a variance, that's one thing, but if it's a failed system, they don't have to get a variance, they can just put it back in as long as it's in the same general
So
location.
you're adhering to the state regs, what you're saying?
A little bit, yeah.
Trying to make it easier for the,
For the, yeah, because a failed system in near wetlands, you want to get it fixed
Right.
as soon as possible.
If-
But someone that's going to put a new system in and it has to go in the wetlands, we require a variance, we want to see those.
Right.
If the goal is to keep crap out of wetlands,
Exactly.
then this is probably the best way to do it.
Exactly.
If you make it difficult, they're just not gonna fix it, they're gonna run
Right.
pipe out the sides.
Well, they'll just go fix it, whatever.
Yeah.
That's just to lighten that up, make it easier.
which is what, 30% of them?
Not even.
Well, we did
There's
have-
been
we
three,
did have some
there's been
issues.
three lately.
Yeah,
So you're proposing to limit it to one
1 unit at a time.
tent or,
Yeah, yeah. I can't vote on this, I just proposed it.
I would like to see it extended to October 30th. That's a nice time of the year.
I don't have an issue with the date, I just threw something out there.
Yeah,
I can understand how it can be a problem. I can think of places where it is a problem when you have more than one. But on the other hand,
Where you're close,
No,
where
because
the,
I've already scheduled it.
well, I
Houses
just
are
mean,
close by.
well, I'm just talking about the tenting, you know. On the other hand, if a guy's got 20 acre, or whatever, and he's got, you know, his kids wants to go camping, not that anyone's like.
Well, kids' tents and stuff are exempt from it.
Yeah, so this is just referring to tents or recreational.
vehicles, right?
It says tents or recreational vehicles.
Right, but in here it says kids' tents aren't,
Oh.
in this it should be still in
You just don't want to
here.
make
Shouldn't have
it,
the whole thing.
you don't want to deny somebody a reasonable use of a piece of property that they have.
Mm.
But yeah, you don't want people buying property just and going camp on it.
Well, you don't want to have, I mean, you don't want to have 30 of them out there for a long period of time,
Correct.
you know. Well,
All right, so I guess what we're looking, we need, tonight we need to make a motion, I guess on the language, to accept the language, so we can get this going to town warrant and to.
This needs a public hearing first.
Yeah, public hearing is scheduled
That's
for
tomorrow.
the 1st of February, and I put it into,
It was in the paper today.
yeah, it should have been in the paper today, so that it met, so that
And
means,
if the wording gets changed, that's just, that can get changed, correct?
if it's not substantial.
Right, so a date
Yeah.
isn't substantial, it's just a, so.
Yep, so, it can go as is, as advertised in the paper.
1 to 4, a substantial change.
What?
You went from 15 to 30, it's not substantial.
No,
How about-
that's just
How about
the
a
end of the
1 to
month.
4?
1 to 4, that's totally different, I think.
Yeah, see, that's a big change.
So we're just going with the 15th.
Did you follow me, Tony?
I followed you.
So we're going to the 30th?
I would say the 30th, yeah.
I think beyond that, you actually have a safety concern.
Yeah, that's what I would think, but up until
Right.
then.
Freezing.
I would tend to say like 3 units or something, you know, which is quite a few, I mean, quite a few people if they wanna, but it's not outrageous. That's just my personal opinion. And three tents or whatnot, I don't think is a crazy use of a 2 acre piece of land. But, you know, 1 acre is kind of,
Well, 3 tents versus 3 recreational vehicles.
to me, I think 3 is, you know, if you have 2 families that want to go camping together, or, you know, whatnot, I just think that it's a little more reasonable than 1.
did we run into any issues this year with multiple?
I'm guessing I know where.
Mhm.
And what was the reasoning for going, putting down, you know, your thoughts on?
Well, it used to be 1, and the 1 got taken out when it was changed.
And what was it changed to?
That's,
What it
that's
was before.
that's
Oh, I'm sorry.
when we put the different conditions
We
on
put the
last year.
septic issues in there, because
Yeah.
that's the biggest concern right there.
Anyone else's thoughts?
I guess I don't have any problem going back to one unit. End of October as opposed to middle of October, I think is probably fine. Don't we get into when we get.
No, I wouldn't go beyond that, but I think the way the weather's been these last several years, it would, you could just,
Yeah,
October's been a beautiful month. One of the most beautiful months of the whole summer, the whole year. But I suppose next year could get worse for me. I don't know, I kind of have mixed emotions. At 110, it doesn't sound limited. If someone's, you know, want to get a family or two together, but I don't know where the cutoff should be. 1 to 4 is kind of, how do you word that? To try and limit it, to just 1 to 3, 1 to 2, 1 to...
I just, you know, normally when a family goes camping and they have company, they got 2 tents.
Yeah.
You know,
I agree.
I mean, it's not, I don't think it's an unreasonable use of a property for somebody to say, all right, I own this 2 acres or 4 acres or 5 acres, and I would like to bring my neighbor from home and go camping, and we would have 2 tents, you know, one for their family, one for my family, you know.
Do you find tents and recreational vehicles to be equal? Or should one separate?
Personally, I don't, but the problem is when you're dealing with personally, yes, I think there is. But the problem when you're dealing with a recreational vehicle is it's technically a motor vehicle, and there's
Right.
no difference. You can't tell someone they have to move a motor vehicle. You're allowed to park a motor vehicle on your property. A person can make a great argument about why that's exempt from zoning and everything else. Because trailers even are considered motor vehicles.
So we can't, I mean, we can't say like 1 unit for a recreation vehicle and 2 for tents.
You can.
You could try, I mean, they might be able to fight it. But yeah, that wouldn't be, to me, that seems not unreasonable.
Yeah, I'd go along with that too.
Well, if you went to your 3, any combination of the 1 tent, 2 rec vehicles, or 2 tents and 1 rec vehicle,
Yeah, it's
you
not.
could do a combination of
Make or
it.
break. I think that is I think it's reasonable for somebody to expect to be able to do that on a piece of land without harming property values around it or anything else. On the other hand, I think if you had 20 recreational vehicles parked on a piece of property, or 10, or whatever,
That's unreasonable. And then in D&E, it takes care of the septic situation,
Correct.
toiletry, so you don't have that problem. They have to
Well-
get into that, whether it's a tent or an RV.
Those are already part of the ordinance, CD&E.
Right now they are correct.
Yeah.
The red is new.
I think that's what we addressed. when-
We addressed last year, yeah.
Right,
We
I
changed,
remember
yeah.
that.
And, I mean, that's a legitimate,
Oh, yeah, certainly.
you know, concern.
I wouldn't have a problem with going to 2 tents. I would think that might address more what you have to say. And what would, I know you all said that there was a problem this year that one will address, whatever that was. There was, you made a mention to it earlier, and since
Yeah,
I don't
yeah,
know
yeah.
what that was, but.
Well, you can try. I mean, I don't run every single day, every weekend of the month. So, you know, you drive by someplace and there's 6 or 7.
That's noticeable.
Okay,
Yes.
so
Yes.
So if we did the wording, how would we change the wording here to limit 1 recreational vehicle?
you
know,
have 1
or-
recreational vehicle and 2 tents at a time. Something on that one. I don't know.
Right.
No.
Yeah, because as you say, that would allow people to have guests, maybe kids would like to stay in a
That's-
tent, blah,
That's
blah, blah.
pretty
that kind of
reasonable,
thing. Yeah,
and hard to get out of control.
yeah, I would think.
Because we used to go someplace, we'd take my camper and my son and all his friends would be in a tent. So you'd have an RV and a tent on the same side. Something like that. So.
And so I want to make a motion for those changes there and changing the October 15th to the 30th.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
And so again, for Leanne, so the wording's gonna be,
That you move proposed zoning amendments 10.4, 1, and 12.5.3 to public hearing with the revisions noted. That'll be the motion.
second that motion?
Oh, I thought,
Matt seconded.
Matt,
That did, oh yeah, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
I'll abstain. I can't vote on it.
He made it.
All right,
So the public hearing is scheduled for 2/1.
2-1.
So we definitely need a quorum here.
And then next up, upcoming planning board schedule.
That's just informational.
Yeah.
It's on the website.
And next up, other business, Steve Hunter driveway permit amendment, status update.
Right there. It was approved back in 12/8/17.
So he's all good to go?
Yep.
What was the change?
Nothing. One word here, self-storage facility as opposed to residential access, I believe.
No, it was a vacant lot.
Oh, vacant lot, that's right, yeah, vacant lot set up here now, it says self-storage facility. And everything down here is still the same. They came out and looked and went back and forth a few times. And finally, someone said, no, that's fine. So, here it
They
is.
just want to maintain their jurisdiction.
Tell me about it.
Justify a job, something, I'm completely baffled. They,
Steve sent in a new application, it's right here, and they came back and
some of the stuff they said when they visited on site just contradicted what they said before, so, I mean, I don't know.
Are you gonna be wrapping up the site improvements this spring?
I doubt it. 2-year project.
Just, I know that in the drawing, you know, there was gonna be the berm that came and then the site vision from the road.
Yep.
I'm just eyeballing the amount of dirt remaining. And it looks like we got about the right amount of dirt right now. Loam wise to solidify it all, plant it.
So if I want to change my berm, do I have to come back?
Well, your site plan showed a berm.
I know.
I mean, if you wanna change it, it'd be different, yeah. It moves water around and stuff.
All right. Public comment,
I'm gonna put a fence up.
do you have anything at all, or?
I just wanted to, I'm Dave Jeffers,
That
I'm
would be a
with
substantial
Regional
Oh.
Planner with Lakes Region Planning
Not gonna be
Commission.
much different.
Got your planning books.
Post.
So these are for the select board,
Okay.
and these are for the planning board.
Wow. Personal delivery, huh?
We were just talking about them tonight.
Battleship Gray.
Yeah.
So
All those,
I just live up the hill, so I figured I'd
Oh,
drop them off.
very
very
nice.
nice, thank you.
Thank you, appreciate it.
Yep, and it's always good to see new faces.
Thanks, Dave.
Yep,
thank you.
take care. Hey,
Have a good night.
Thank you. Anyone else have anything else? Good.
Another efficient meeting.
Right. Motion for adjournment.
I motion we adjourn.
I second.
All those in favor?
All right.
Aye.
So let me give you guys your books before you leave. And I can recycle if you have any old ones.